Buongiorno a tutti, benvenuti alla nostra meditazione. Hello everybody, welcome to our meditation from Italy. Facciamo Namaskar, Kundalini Bandhan. Let's do Namaskar, Kundalini Bandhan. Mettiamo l'attenzione dentro di noi. Let's put attention inside. Meditiamo sul Sri Ganesha. We meditate on Sri Ganesha. Diciamo mantra per Sri Ganesha. Let's say mantra for Sri Ganesha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Meditiamo sui 12 sacri nomi di Sri Ganesha. We meditate on 12 names of Sri Ganesha. Omaggio a te che hai un viso piacevole. Shri Sumukha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Sumukha Namo Namaha. Omaggio a te che hai una sola zana. Shri Ekadanta. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ekadanta Namo Namaha. Omaggio a te che sei eterno. Shri Kapila. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kapila Namo Namaha. Omaggio a te che hai orecchie di elefante. Shri Gaja Karnaka. Om Tvameva sakshat Shri Gaja Karnaka Namo Namaha. Omaggio a te che hai una grande pancia. Shri Lambodara. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Lambodara Namo Namaha. Omaggio a te che sei immenso. Shri Virata. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Virata Namo Namaha. Omaggio a te che sei il distruttore degli ostacoli. Shri Vignanasha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Vignanasha Namo Namaha. Omaggio a te che sei alla guida dei Gana. Shri Ganadipa. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganadipa Namo Namaha. Omaggio a te che hai l'emblema grigio come il fumo. Shri Dhumraketu. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Dhumraketu Namo Namaha. Omaggio a te che sei il capo dei Gana. Shri Ganadyaksha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganadyaksha Namo Namaha. Omaggio a te che sei la luce sulla fronte. Shri Balachandra. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Balachandra Namo Namaha. Omaggio a te che hai il volto di elefante. Shri Gajanana. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Gajanana Namo Namaha. Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Adesso mettiamo l'attenzione sul nostro cuore. We put our attention in our heart. Diciamo mantra per Shri Shiva Parvati. We say mantra for Shri Shiva Parvati. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Shiva Parvati Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Adesso chiediamo in silenzio dentro di noi, Madre, per favore, vieni nel nostro cuore. Now we ask inside, Mother, please come in my heart. Adesso meditiamo sul Vishuddhi Chakra. Now we meditate on Vishuddhi Chakra. Diciamo mantra per Shri Radha Krishna. We say mantra for Shri Radha Krishna. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Radha Krishna Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Con l'attenzione in Vishuddhi Chakra leggeremo i 5 santi nomi di Shri Virata. With attention on Vishuddhi Chakra, we read the 5 Holy names of Shri Virata. Il Virata è l'Altissimo Signore, il potere della creazione e del nutrimento, l'essere cosmico assoluto dell'universo. Egli è Shri Krishna, al di sopra della via chakra, la cui Shakti è Shri Viratangana. The Virata is the High Lord, the power of creation and nourishment, the absolute cosmic being of the universe. He is Sri Krishna above the level of Agya Chakra, whose Shakti is Viratangana. Tu in verità sei la forma universale della Dea, del focolare e della casa, unita al Dio del benessere e della prosperità. You are the universal form of the goddess of the home and the household, combined with the god of wealth and prosperity. Shri Gruha Lakshmi Kubera Virata. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Gruha Lakshmi Kubera Virata Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. Tu, in verità, sei la forma universale del Dio creatore e Shri Krishna, apparso come Shri Vitala a Pundarika a Pandharpur. You are the universal form of the God, the Creator, and Shri Krishna, who appeared as Shri Vitala before Pundarika in Pandharpur. Shri Brahmadeva Vitala Virata. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Brahmadeva Vitala Virata Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Tu, in verità, sei la forma universale di Shri Vishnu Maya, sorella di Shri Krishna, che si manifesta come fulmine. You are the universal form of Shri Vishnu Maya, the sister of Shri Krishna, who manifests herself as the thunderbolt. Shri Vishnu Maya Virata. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Vishnu Maya Virata Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Tu, in verità, sei la forma universale di Shri Krishna, apparso come Srivitala a Pundarika a Pandharpur. You are the universal form of Shri Krishna who appeared as Srivitala before Pundarika in Pandharpur. Shri Vitala Virata. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Vitala Virata Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Tu, in verità, sei la gioia pura assoluta. You are absolute pure joy. Shinirananda. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Nirananda Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha.
Today we have decided to have a puja of Virata in the land of Sri Krishna. As you know, in the growth of Sri Vishnu's manifestation, he comes into 10 incarnations and ultimately he manifests himself as Virat. Virat is the brain of the being which can call as God Almighty. So the whole central nervous system is worked through by Sri Krishna as Vishnu, then all these incarnations, then Sri Krishna, and ultimately as Virat. This is the development of our brain. And when we are worshipping Virat, we have to know that within us also we have got the manifestation of this power of Virat. That manifestation which we have, we can call it as Virat if Sri Krishna is Mahavirata. You all know about Virat much more than I can tell you today, because is the whole, is the totality. And the totality of everything, if that is Virat, then that is in your brain. But reality is in your heart. So the totality you may see, you may witness. The reality is the subtlety behind it. So the brain, which is not ruled by the heart, which is not nourished by the heart, is a very dangerous thing, because it creates extroversion, and such a person who is without any heart tries to do things, becomes very ruthless and can be very dangerous. It could be the other way also within us. That if we allow our heart to rule us, only live with our emotions and not to use our rationality, then we can become really very dangerous people to ourselves. In the sense, we become lethargic, we become indulgent into wrong sort of things. And today, what one feels that in America, there is more dominance of the left side than of the right. Right side is our attention. And the right side of attention is, we can say, is the liver of God Almighty. So now when we have to talk of the totality, when we are part and parcel of the totality, and now we are awakened to that existence of ours as the part and parcel of the whole, then we have to realize to become the whole, we have to do something about it. Especially in the land of Sri Krishna, we have to work out this tremendous task of creating Viratas out of Sahajogis. After going through the various experiences of American Sahaja Yoga, I have reached a conclusion that we have to talk more frankly about things than we have been talking before. Why there is such a failure of Sahaja Yoga in this great country while there are so many seekers. The main point is that we do not realize that the left side is overpowering this country very much. There are people who are active, but the percentage is very low. Because of too much of affluence, too much of freedom, the idea of what's wrong in anything, people are going towards shamelessness, immoral life, self-indulgent. And this self-indulgence, to protect that, people always develop a kind of an ego which has no dynamism in it. So now the problem lies with Sahaja Yogis, not with Sahaja Yoga as such. When you see that the land is not so fertile, and here you have to work very hard, the responsibility of all the Sahaja Yogis in America is to go deep. You can see wherever the land is not fertile, the trees go very deep down. They dig very deep into the Mother Earth for the sap to be sucked in, and the same way they grow very high, because the strength of their deepening gives them this great height. So they grow very tall and also they are very deep. In the same way, the Sahaja Yogis of America have to work out, because here it's so much superficiality and so much of frivolousness and also no meaning to their lives. They have no meanings at all, and they are just frittering away their lives with all nonsensical ideas about their emotions and their love and all those things. So what we need today are Sahaja Yogis who are right-sided, those who will produce results, those who will be dynamic. They don't have to worry that somebody is right-sided and he'll become right-sided. Actually, that is what is needed today. Unless and until you have people who are dynamic, we cannot work it out. It's a reaction in this country as well as in England, in many countries who dominated other people. Like you see in this place, which was actually originally belonged to some tribes of Indians, and the English, the Spanish, and all these Europeans came, killed them, and occupied here. It's a highway robbery, absolutely a highway robbery, because of their arrogance and their aggressiveness. They could not see that they were doing such a horrible thing. I mean, why call any names of Hitler? They are even worse than Hitler, because at least Hitler was taken to task, he was condemned, and people know that it was a mistake. But what about those who came all the way from there and killed so many people here and nicely having a very nice time everywhere as great Americans, and now they are trying to show off everywhere? Actually, it's such a sinful thing that is done, that all these souls which have died, I think, have possessed them. And now today, America is on the left-hand side. The right-hand side of Americans is finished now. They are on the left-hand side, guilty, feeling guilty. They are taking to indulgences. Once you go to the right side, see, you are very disciplined, and you become very ascetic by temperament, I should say, and you want to dominate others and you want to capture. But today the situation of England and America is just the same. In England, the same thing I find with Sir Yogis. They are just lovey-dovey types, you see, and all they love me and love me and love me. And I just don't understand. What's this going on? They all love me and they'll bring flowers for me. Finished. Is this the way we are going to work out Saj Yoga in that England and in this America? Mother, I love you very much, so what? So to become one part and parcel of the whole, a drop has to become the ocean. You have to become great people. You have to be responsible. And this lovey-dovey business that you have has to go out of your mind completely, otherwise Saj Yoga cannot work out in these two countries, and you'll be cursed one after another. There are shocks after shocks that are coming to this country as well as to England. But people are not learning any lessons from them. Still, it is all right, we get this disease, all right, then we glorify it. If we are suffering from ecological difference, still we are glorified. If we are using too much of machinery out of balance, still we are glorified. Because they just want self-indulgence. Just for self-indulgence, they don't want to see the point that what is going wrong with this country is that they do not see anything that is reality. And the reality, though it is in the heart, though it works in the heart, it has to act. This has to act. And if it does not act, this kind of a passive behavior is not going to help you. Now, at this old age of mine, I'm traveling from places to places. And I'm doing so much. Now let us think about it. What have we done for Saj Yoga? Those who see you as sometimes as just some APs with disheveled hairs and something, that kind of a thing. This is the report I have from people who came to your centers and things like that. They're a set of sippies, you see, just like that. So the first thing a Saj Yogi has to do, has to make up something of his personality. In America is very important. They are studying, they are out of job, they are doing this, that. That sort of people are not going to help Saj Yoga at all. There will be liabilities on Saj Yoga. If you really want to do something, you have to become something. You have to study, you have to become something, you have to have some sort of a degree, diploma, something, attached to you have to mean something. Hippies cannot run Sahaja Yoga in America. They may run better in India, but not here. So one has to realize that what has gone wrong with us is that we are now following a very subtle way of the same trends that we have taken. After realization, open the door. After realization, we think that we are realized souls, that we have become yogis now, that we are realized souls. But one should see that we have become realized souls, no doubt. But whatever bindings we had before coming to Sahaja Yoga have become subtler. They have not expressed themselves as lights. Just we believe that we are Sahaja Yogas. We believe that we have vibrations. And also we can feel the vibrations. But still, we have not reached that state where we have become the totality. We have to still grow. And if you are settled down with your vibrations and thinking that you are all right, you are sadly mistaken. Whatever were our conditionings before coming to Sahaja Yoga, say you were a hippie. So the enlightenment has come, but then the idea of this love business is there. Supposing you were a businessman, so the enlightenment has come to you and you think that mother should help you in your business. That's what it is. Supposing now, if you were unmarried and you are married in Sahaja Yoga, then you want that your marriage should be successful in Sahaja Yoga. If there has been a problem in your health or something like that, then you have become a settler person that you think, I ask help from mother for that. But we do not think that what have we contributed to Sahaja Yoga. We had certain things which we thought were wrong, maybe that. But in Sahaja Yoga we do not see those things are with us, still continuing with us. To become Virata, we have to really examine ourselves without any anger, malice or anything, but see for ourselves. I know people who are small-minded, who have jealousies, and their jealousies continue. Supposing there's a good musician, they'll not appreciate if the other person is a musician. He will not appreciate, he will not encourage that person that really, I am a musician, he is also a musician, let me help him. So the small-mindedness that existed before still becomes in a glorified way. The person will think that, all right, I'm a musician and I sing very well and I'm singing Mother's praise. But anybody else who is singing will not be appreciated to that extent, as you should expect, that you are a part and parcel of the whole. This hand, if it feels hurt, the another hand immediately helps it. In the whole body, you see, the system is so totally connected. As soon as you eat food, the digestive system starts working. But we should watch ourselves. If you have to become deeper, we have to watch ourselves, where are we lacking? Now, how does a tree grow? I have told you many times the story, that there's a little cell at the end of the root, and it knows. And it knows one purpose, that it has to become a tree. So it goes round, it sees a boulder or something, stone, goes round it, doesn't fight it. Because ultimately what we have to achieve is to become the tree. So we have to keep that in view, that we have to become the tree and not some sort of a small little frog here and there croaking about Sahaja. No, that's not going to work out. And this is what I find also very true about people in, say, England, same thing. The leaders are fighting, the leaders are trying to find out ways and methods how to improve the quality of Sahajogis. But it's the Sahajogis who have to know that the responsibility is theirs. They have to grow, they have to become Viratas. And this is America, where I told you is the place of Sri Krishna, where Sri Krishna became the Virat. Unless and until you see for yourself that we have to do this, we have to become this, we are still busy with our little silly problems. It's a vicious circle. As soon as you start worrying about your silly problems and your old stuff still becoming glorified in Sahaja Yoga, then you find the vicious circle starts working. It doesn't achieve anything. It doesn't give you good chances. It doesn't give you confidence. It's such a thing, it's like a packaging, as they call it. But as soon as you decide, no, I'm going to do it. You people are Sahajogis. You know all about Kundalini. You know all about awakening. You know all about higher stages of attainment. Everyone is capable of giving realization to people. You know where the thing is stuck. Everything you know. But now, just think about it. How many of you have been able to do something about it? When people see you, their idea about you is very poor. They think that you are stuck up with your wives, so the wife is very dominating. So this is happening. Suddenly you go off. You see your child, worried about the child. Sometimes I'm surprised that once they are married, they have a child, then they become nothing but the parents of the child finished. Sahaja Yoga is finished. Then the child becomes important. But the blessings become the bindings. So you have to watch within yourself that we are here for liberation, for complete freedom. But in the subtle way, all these things go on binding you. And you are attached to it. And you don't know how they are still tagging you down. They don't allow you to fly. They don't give you the freedom. That is your own right to have it. So even if I make an aeroplane, I do everything, put the fuel into it, I say everything, but it doesn't want to fly. So what do you do with such an aeroplane which doesn't want to fly? This sort of a situation is there. And this situation makes you so limited and so dwarfy. How will you grow? Unless and until you grow and you show that in your day-to-day life, into your personality, into everything, I assure you nobody is going to be impressed by you. Sahaja Yoga is not going to work by advertisement, nor by my photographs. It's going to work, by your responsibility. By your shouldering Sahaja Yoga, it's your responsibility to spread Sahaja Yoga and to establish it. But first of all, your shoulders should be strong. You are still out of job. You are still somebody hanging in the air. You are still somebody who will not even look at you. Then how can you carry on your shoulders? So first thing is to build yourself inside as well as outside. But such a vicious circle, I tell you, if you do not go deep into yourself, you cannot also get the outside. So it works hand in hand. As soon as you start building yourself inside, you'll be amazed how things will work out, how you'll become dynamic, how you'll become great. But you get involved into things which are very small and transitory. So as I told you before, we are seeking the eternal. So the transitory things are to be only used very temporarily. What we need is not so important. If you can understand this thing clearly, that we still are not free, not detached from all the things we had before Sajoga, and they have become subtler and subtler and subtler. And we are still only using Sajoga for that purpose and not for spreading the light. So what's going to happen? This is absolutely to be understood within yourself. Sometimes my lectures, you see, are little harsh. People think that mother had to say these things. This is also out of my love for you and out of my love for this country. You have to really see to yourself, what are we? Where are we? We are not going to end up, because surgeries we had were subnormal people in the society. If you see the gurus, how they spread themselves, though they are false, they are useless, but everybody knows about somebody who comes up in 2 months' time. All over the world you can hear about that person. What they do, they go and first of all see the people who are successful, who are prominent in the city. They never bother about people who are drug addicts or who are suffering from diseases. No, nothing doing. They have done no business with them. They'll just attack the people who are very successful, who are very rich, because they are on top of the society. So they'll go and meet people and make contacts with them and ask them and this and that, and then they call them for the program, give them all the importance, everything. Then people start thinking, oh God, what a great thing it is to be here. Then pamper their ego a little bit. That's how they spread. But there's no reality in it. There's nothing special about it. It's all useless, it's all artificial. But that is how they sell themselves. Though we do not want to sell ourselves, we have to know that unless and until we have some remarkable qualities, people are not going to look at us, because whatever has happened is within ourselves and nobody sees the light. It's like a light which is burning, which is covered completely. So I've seen that. I went to Colombia. In Colombia, you'll be amazed that people had never known me, they had never heard my name. I don't know why. But the crowds were so much that I couldn't enter into the compound. And with some or other, I was pushed into it. Then in the hall was impossible. People were hanging on, I thought they were hanging from the top, just sitting on the thing to watch me. So many people in every direction, in every height, I found people there. I didn't know how to settle them down. But they listened to me very carefully, this thing. 2 days we had a program, 2 days the crowds were there. And then when they had the follow-on, they came, next day they disappeared. Same thing in Greece, same thing in Turkey. So there's definitely something wrong with us. Now there's a course coming up, people are trying to do the course business, but one should know it is not knowledge without love. It is love and knowledge. So how you talk to them, how you deal with them is there. But your dynamism is going to impress them. You can see the film we saw yesterday in which the music was there. Now what was it? There the energy was dynamic. The energy was dynamic with the music and everything, and that was showing. So you see, you got engrossed into it. So the movement of that energy, the dynamism of that energy really got you engrossed. But to be afraid that you'll become right-sided is nonsensical. Now you are in the center. How can you become right-sided? This kind of argument is only to support lethargy. They're not to have any discipline. I was surprised that in Shudi camp, where we have established a school for meditation, people come every weekend just to spend the weekend. They get up at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, whenever they feel like. They're on holidays in Shudi camp. And 2 days they'll stay there without any meditation, without anything. We have come to mother's house, finished. Mother has to do all the job for them. I mean, for a Sahaja-yogi, it is minimum of minimum that they should get up early in the morning, have their bath and sit down for pujas. It's a common thing. All Indians do that way. It's a practice. Suddenly this country or these countries have gone into a kind of a lethargic, nonsensical life. Otherwise, this country also used to do the same thing. And sleeping also, you have to sleep early if you want to. But one has to think that we have to change our lifestyle. We have to change our attitudes. So many things. See, like I said, simple things. Like I said, the day you want to wash your hair, put a lot of oil in your hair and then wash. You'll become bald. Imagine all bald Sahaja-yogis walking. They'll think your mother has so many hair and what about your hair? In food also. Too much, like I don't know here what is the situation, but in England I find they take so much of tea. All the time the kettle is on the thing. I mean, people are amazed when people come to Ganpatipura also in India. We don't take tea so many times. I mean, twice at the most. The whole day people want tea there. They don't understand how can they go on drinking tea at 1 o'clock in the night.
Adesso meditiamo un po' con la musica. Now we meditate a little bit with music. We can rise our Kundalini and make bandhan. Possiamo alzarci la Kundalini e dare 7 bandhan. Grazie per la vostra partecipazione. Jai Shri Mataji. Thank you, everybody. Wish you a wonderful day. Jai Shri Mataji.